Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Battle Angel Alita, Volume 9. Okay, so this is, I'm pretty sure this is just a representation of Alita, like, going through her memories now. Or, not that, because in the last one, we saw her wake up from the Ouroboros program. But I think we might still have some unfinished business with her minds. Also, I really like that, for most of the series, we've seen her in, like, various outfits. Like, all the way down. But with this, she's just like, we don't see what physical body she has. And then her outfit is, have we seen this before? If we have, I'm blanking on it. It's not Koyomi's outfit, is it? We've seen it before though. Did Alita wear this once? In any case, the thing I really like that really stood out to me was the silhouette here. The fact that in all the others, at the very least, we've seen like what body she was using to some extent. Like, we've seen like little hints of it, even if we didn't see the whole thing, like in the wedding dress volume cover. But with this, we have no idea what her body is, or even if she has one. She could just be disembodied for most of this volume. Conquests. Again, going kind of into the War Chronicle thing. Like in the previous volume, we saw the whole like the noble war thing completely fail. So now it's just conquests. Let's see what in the world is going to happen. Also, this is really cool. It's the first thing that isn't a cyborg. Wait a minute, is this the final volume? It is! Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. It's the final volume. What can I think about this? The fact that, for once, it's not a cyborg. Like, it is just a purely organic thing. Do I believe that Alita is going to become or like, is she going to shed all of her, like, I don't know. I don't know what this could mean. Because right now, like, we know that there are, like, bodies that are built with nanotechnology that are functionally, like, they look basically like human bodies, but that's, the only thing I can think of with this would be, like, if the entire thing is about organic beings, or if Alita becomes a pure human, but that can't be. It can't be, because, like, I feel like the core theme of the series, like, the thing we're going to lead to, is that she accepts the fact that she is a cyborg. That she is both metal and flesh. The other idea I have is that this isn't, in fact, a purely organic thing. In that, like, in the Omake or something, we're going to see that it is, like, mechanical inside. Fight 48, no-brainer. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Harm one hair on his head and you'll never live this down. No, can't control him. Can't control her, I mean. Alright, didn't shoot him, but just, like, gave him a good slap. This is really great, too. Like, after all this time, like, everyone she's fought has been bigger than her except for the mass production Alita. And even she was, like, her same size and with her same skill. This is the first time she has to kind of, fight someone who is physically not nearly any, like, who physically cannot fight her in any way whatsoever. He's just an old guy. Ha 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 ha. Bring it on. Oh my god. Yeah, she's not the same Alita as yesterday. And he knows, like, it doesn't matter. If he sends in all the other copies, it doesn't matter. In the end, if she kills Destinova, he's fucked. He's fucked. He's probably going to be sent off to the medical ward. I can't stand the thought of not being able to taste flan again. Oh, man. Right, what is the secret? This is really cool. I'm so interested in this now. Like, I thought that at some point we would get it, but not like this. Now I want to know, especially with a Zalamite here. What is the secret? Then I should show you. The very secret of Zalem that turned Ito into an invalid. Okay. The true form of the Zalamite mind. What? Huh. Okay. Holy shit. Whoa. Huh. Yeah, and he didn't know about it. He absolutely did not know. I think, therefore, I am. Oh, that's so clever. Oh my god. I did. Oh. I would have come up with that maybe like a day after reading all of this. But holy shit, that is so clever. They're cyborgs in the same way, but in reverse. They are reverse cyborgs. Oh, that's so clever. And like they're reverse cyborgs compared to everyone in the scrapyard as well. Like the whole thing is that in the scrapyard, the only thing that you like you can still live as long as you still have your brain. Anything else can be replicated to some extent, but the brain is the one thing you can't replicate. Zalem is the opposite. They found a way to replicate just the brain. Allow for perfect management of the city with absolutely no stress. Okay. Oh. Right. Zalem is an enormous experiment, and we Zelemites are merely its guinea pigs. Even he does not know how far the pole goes. That is so clever. Oh my god. That is genius. That is actually amazing. Oh my god. My mind is run by a machine. Oh my gosh. And the only way you can tell is by scanning his own brain like this. Oh. It can't be true. Healthy minds, healthy bodies. This is the motto of all Zalemites. We're not like the freaks on the surface, content to mutilate their inferior flesh with crude machinery. But now he knows. Also, how evocative. Like, yeah, literally, the only way to tell is to cut open your head. And yeah, it's true. It's completely true. Oh my god. No one's allowed to know. It seems I've facilitated a little purge. Oh my gosh. Right, it's the same technology as the walls on the outskirts of the scrapyard. Right, yep. We knew that before. So anyone like no Dusty himself can regenerate. That's why his face was okay, right? Or like why it's getting better at the very least. Like he's bloody, he's still lost some teeth, but like for the most part he seems to be okay. That's also why I assume he was able to just pop his head back on. It was fine. And I really like that. Like yeah, is that really such an insanity-inducing realization? Especially if you are especially if you like if you've worked with cyborgs before. Is it that horrible to believe that, oh, by the way, I guess I'm also a cyborg, in a way? I'm just an expert when it comes to human weakness. Also, if he survives, he might end up like actually like hanging out with Alita. I mean, I assume she's going to stay true to Figure. But at this point, I don't really care for him. We saw him for such a small amount of time, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not Alita, so what I want for her has no like indication of what she wants. Does he really believe this? Does he really believe this? Like, I understand why he's happy about it. Like, in the end, he can finally figure out, like, what the fuck is up with Zalem. He can figure out so many things that he can't do on his own. At the same time, like, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to know that in the end, even he, like, he was still a lab rat. Down to the end, he's still, like, delighted in the idea of being used. Okay, I see. Whoa, this is very extensive. Again, oh, I love it. I love that, yeah, this is kind of the final fight in a way. And he's still, like, he's seeing it through, like, he's not being unfair. Everything he's done so far has been, like, to see, like, how karma plays out. In the same way, Chaos and Alita are both agents of his karma, so yeah, he's got to overcome them. He's got to practice what he preaches. Literally reborn right from bones and brains. Residents of the farms, barjack prisoners, all perfectly innocent, ordinary people. Right. Again, that's why he left Zalem. It wasn't just that he was this crazy genius. It was that he was doing completely immoral things. Please just kill me. Oh no. Whoa, is that like a laser blade? Or no, I think that's just a straight up laser. Oh, water pressure converter. Okay, that's even cooler than a laser. What a person to fight her in the end. Like someone who believes flesh is all. Whoa. Okay, the tip broke through by suppressing the speed of the pressurized jet. Right. Oh my god, that's such a cool line. My rage travels at ultrasonic speed. Okay, so we are getting, like, for this volume, we're getting one final look into the Ouroboros. This is great. Like, again, I was okay with the way it ended the first time, but it'd be really cool if we got to see her, like, go through everyone else she's faced one last time. Or at the very least, if she gets, like, one more, like, revelation. Whoa, she is completely in tune with her ki now. Give the angel her battle and the warrior her rest. Oh, man. How is he going to do this? Oh, is it going to be Ito? Is that it? Oh, man. Also, what a fantastic page. This idea of, she splattered, she just has like dots for eyes there. And no one seems to really care. This guy's just stepping over his rocket axe like there was nothing. Or rocket hammer, that's what it was. Also, fuck no. Right. Yeah, so fighting antagonists isn't going to work for her. I should have thought of that sooner. So yeah, it's got to be Ito. Like, this is something she can't surpass, or at least Destinova doesn't think she could surpass it, right? Oh no. That instant regret. Yeah. I genuinely do not know if she'll be able to surpass this. Because yeah, this is such a human 3 pages. Or I guess 4 pages even. Or 5. This entire sequence, I should say. This entire sequence is so human. This idea of, yeah, she stabs through him and she's like, yeah, it's the right thing to do. It's just a dream, but this is what she wanted more than anything else. Of course. Will she survive this push? This final push? Right at the beginning once more. And even that, even like, broken as she is, this final thing of, oh, Ito's the kind of person who would kick away Destinova, if she even remembers who Destinova was. What do you think of this? Psychoactive. Okay. Huh. Oh, jeez. No. Don't belittle me, old man. Okay, he's gonna do it anyways. Even if one brain going up against 2 supercomputers, he's gonna do it, right? You won't like how things turn out. God damn. Oh. What a move. This is also like, it's so evocative. It feels a lot like when, again, this is also like someone transcending their mortal limits and becoming a god, or becoming like, a being that surpasses their mortality. He's given up his life and now he's going into the computer. Oh man. And again, yeah, months have passed in the stream world already. I want flan. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Also, this is something I found just incredibly, like, I don't know. It's so compelling. This idea of brain death, or of like, mind's death, I suppose, or personality death. This idea of like completely rewriting someone, of, using their own desires to trick them into like forgetting things, or like unlearning things, or becoming stupid. Or like not even becoming stupid in this absence, but just like this idea of, taking who she once was and turning her into something who is like almost the opposite of that. It's like using her own desires to turn her into something that is wrong, something that isn't who she originally was. Oh, something about that is amazing. Oh, that's right. She was named after the cat. Oh. What a bizarre idea. Of course, the theme of the series, is he going to fall in love with her? I wonder what's been driving me all this time. Oh man. Is this it? Is this actually it? Because it's been like, it's been so long. Has he been taken into this sequence like more than Alita has? Or more than Gally at this point has? Also, I really like the confirmation that this, like, that he didn't augment his body. That this is just, super cool looking glasses. I summon the Conqueror of Mars. That is so great. Conqueror Ant, Conqueror Cannon, etc. Characteristics unbeatable. It really is a dream to him. And I really like that. I love the fact that, in order to break through, Chaos had to use Den, like this other half of him. Or at least, the vision of this half of him. Oh, this is so cool. I did not expect to get a giant mecha battle in Alita, especially with how realistic the series is. But this is a way to do a ridiculous giant mecha battle without it being, like, unrealistic. Okay, I haven't seen any of the animated versions of Alita, but I really hope that in the 80s, before the bubble economy burst, I hope they, like, took a couple $1 billion and animated this. To the last, I curse everything about this universe. I curse the second law of thermodynamics. He curses even entropy itself. Oh man, that's incredible. That is actually incredible. This idea, yeah, it like he thought he was doing what that idea I really love in series, where you use someone's desires to overwrite who they truly are, but that's not what happens. Alita was never overwritten by Gally. She was always playing along. But she wanted to because she enjoyed it. Because deep down inside, yeah, she was. I think she genuinely was broken at that last bit where we saw her at the scrapyard. I think it's just, she let herself play through this because it's what she needed. It was her own version of therapy. But in the end, she has to be herself. And even there, she got to have one last moment with Ito. And Ito, who has been very true, who doesn't feel like a figment of their imaginations, even though I believe that, yeah, he is just a construct of Alita's minds. In a way, this is more true than the real Ito in the real world, to her at least. This is the Ito who knew her. This is the Ito that she knew. The Ito who wiped his mind cannot possibly be that Ito again. If only this were still my dream, I would have done anything to keep you safe. Anything to protect that eternal moment. Yeah. Like everyone. In the end, he was in love with her. In some way, he was in love with her. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Fight 50, last blade. This is it. Yeah, and we still have the real, quote unquote, real Den. Who, is he going to just collapse now? Because, yeah, the thing that houses his soul, to some extent, is gone now, right? But then, yeah, we don't know how far in the past this is. We don't know if this is happening in real time or if there's, a bit of a delay or not. Why, his mother duck sees all activity. Oh, Koyomi. Oh, and her brain's so fucked. Yeah, you warned them to evacuate, but they couldn't. They actually couldn't. Although, to be fair, Vector never told them that, oh yeah, by the way, I couldn't get them to evacuate. Or, I couldn't, this is so messed up. This is so deeply messed up. These people are being trampled under no desire of their own. They even knew that they should evacuate, but Zalem didn't let them evacuate, and now they can't. Now they're doing as much as they can, but, whoa, really? Nova saw through you and noticed me. So even then, even before, the whole thing with the body, he still had kind of a split personality. That's really interesting. Yeah, so it was legitimately just a split personality. And so Nova split that personality into two halves. I have great fondness for people like you who possess great mental mass. Oh, that's so cool. In a way, he was even being good towards his son. They're both technically his son, right? It fully fits with his purpose of, karma and whatnot. And even this, in the end, he's not even able to attack Zalem. All he's doing is attacking the scrapyard. All he's doing is killing people in the scrapyard. They're the ones who are truly suffering here. And he's doing it because, I guess if I damage the scrapyard, it'll damage Zalem to an extent, but it really won't. Yeah, they do produce all the food, but still, there are multiple places than just the scrapyard, right? Please don't leave me again. Oh no. He's gonna take out at least one of these ropes, right? Oh my god. Whoa. What a two-page spread. What a two-page spread. In the end, he gets here after all this toil and struggle, and his blade snaps on it. It didn't even leave a scratch, right? Oh, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love this visual. Just all the stages of Alita we've seen so far. Oh my gosh. People can't go between Zalem and the surface. The Tower of Zalem. I mean, I don't think Zalem would permit it, but this is such a cool idea at the very least. At the very least, it's a very optimistic, idealistic idea. Oh man. And yeah. More than firing already happened to her. Actually, I think we might see her again in like Last Order. Like now that we know that their brains have been replaced with with these chips that completely replicate brain functionality, it's possible that when they're taken to the medical center, they're just fixed or corrected. Then again, I think she might also just be on the surface now, like because clearly she was not like under the same constraints everyone else was. Times like this, or when you smile, slap. Wait, what? Oh, whoa! I forgot about the mole people. I actually forgot about the mole people. That is great. Oh shit. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. God damn. Who doesn't create backups of the most vital systems? Oh, found a scrap of brain. Yay. Jeez. Is that it? Is that the ending? Is that how the series ends? Holy crap. I mean, I would never have been able to predict it, right? Holy shit. And I assume this is, yeah, as like a Zelami's craft. Wait, what? What comes after this point is another vision of Battle Angel Alita that was contained in the previous edition printed under the Shueisha Comics label. Currently, the previous chapter is the canonical end of Battle Angel Alita. The story developments that come after this page were the basis for what was eventually reborn in alternate form as Battle Angel Alita Last Order. The dude's strong desire from the fans of the series to read the original material has been included in this edition. It is not Alita canon. Think of it as Alita Gaiden if you wish. You might find the more poetic touches of material to either. Okay. Huh. Okay, that is so cool. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so I guess now I'll give my final thoughts on Battle Angel Alita as a whole, and then I think I'll talk about like the original material here. So as for the entire series, oh, this feels so weird because I've what does the table of contents refer to this as? Another fight. Okay. Okay. So I think I will like stop the video here with my final thoughts on the entire series, and then I'll like make another fight its own video. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Because I want to separate it from what I know to be Battle Angel Alita. Now that I know this is non-canon. So as a whole, I cannot believe how good the series is. My gosh. It is like it has surpassed Ghost in the Shell as maybe I don't know if it's my favorite like Japanese sci-fi series, but it's coming real close. The philosophical themes of the series are amazing. The writing is fantastic. There are themes in the series that are very easy to grasp onto, that the series doesn't really like. It never betrays its own themes for the sake of a twist. It is very concrete with its themes, but then they're so well thought out that they can still surprise you and blow your mind again and again and again. I I don't know what else to say about it. Like I can't like this isn't the kind of series that I think I could split into like arcs of oh I really like this arc, I really like that arc. I thought they were all fantastic in their own rights. Like just Alita as a whole is a fantastic series. I don't really rate series, but I would give it like a strong like I'd say as a whole, it's probably a 10 out of 10 to me. Or like if I were to compare it to other manga I've read, then maybe it's 9 out of 10. If only because like it wasn't perfect in that it didn't like hit everything I love as a person. Like that's the only thing I can give it is just like it was perfect at doing what it wanted to do. If I were to take any points away from it or to say that it was less than perfect, it would only be because, oh, well, there are other series I like. But that's a completely unfair way to put it. In the end, it is just, oh my god, I cannot believe how good it was. Oh wow, it's so dumb that I don't have anything else to say, and I do feel like I'm repeating myself, I'm just going in circles, but just, I don't have that much else to say about it apart from just, it was so well written. I love the progression we got of Alita. I love that every single volume was something different. And yet, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I always thought of it as like, oh, it's going to be a bunch of vignettes or something. But it was more than that. It was so fluid with how it moved from like point to point to point in Alita's life. I love the world building we got. It definitely feels like I haven't read the entire series over again at this point, obviously, because I just finished it, but it definitely feels like I could read the entire series now from the start and it would have like no plot holes. It was so well thought out. I assume now the flower here, I think that's a tulip? I guess it's there in like memoriam of Alita at this point. The idea that, yep, she's dead. She's just straight up dead. Or like you're supposed to think so at the very least. So yeah, that was Battle Angel Alita, the full series. I'm going to immediately record another fight after this, so like look forward to that. I'm probably going to put it out along with this volume though, so just keep on watching, I guess. But my gosh, I don't know if someone recommended the series to me or if I just picked it up myself. But I am so grateful I could have watched the series. It is fantastic, or I could have read it. I am definitely going to keep on going forward. And I guess I'll be watching the live action movie, though at this point I don't know how it can stand up to it. Like I saw the trailer recently, and I think my main problem right now is just that Alita in those trailers isn't the Alita I know here. She's too she's too much of a Hollywood action girl, when that isn't what she is. She's very like actiony. She's very much a fighter, but she's also a very well-rounded character. She's very feminine. She's very like weak at times. She's very human. She's so she's so like multifaceted. And I also don't believe that the movie's going to be able to capture like her relationship with Dr. Ito very well because it's so very paternalistic. And I don't think that will play very well to like, you know, a broader audience. But I think that's so important because it is like this long story of her, like even the person that she, you know, even the person she sees as a father figure, the person she's wanted to come back to all this time, that person at the very start did treat her like a doll. And the reason why it was so good was because we got to see, you know, him realize that no, it was wrong, or like at the very least, like, well, she's not going to stand for it, and she had to like grow out of that on her own. And we even got at the very end this fantasy she lived of like, well, what if I hadn't fought him? What if I just decided to be his perfect little doll this entire time? Like, would that be happiness? And she got to live it. She got to genuinely be happy with it. And she had to break out of it at the end, but oh my god. Well, that was Battle Angel Alita. I'm going to stop now because I don't want to ramble anymore. But thank you guys so very much for watching along with me. Bye for now. Yeah, yeah.